168, bro. You
Facts.
30, you 37, you 36, 37, 168. There's probably some stuff that could be made there. You know what I'm saying? It's shit. Who you with? You with box? I mean, it's fights over there to be made. They love the UK loves their boxing. There's fights for
I,
him over there at 158. So he only ain't got in his career right now. He could probably collect some cash a few more times, and then ride off to the sunset if that's what he wants.
I wouldn't mind to see Caleb Plant, uh, Charlo,
Yeah.
Berlanga. I wouldn't mind seeing those
Oh
fights.
yeah, all those. Those are good. Those are good. Good fights to have. Especially, I think him and Caleb they have some interesting press conferences too. So that's the thing. And Charlo needs somebody with a good name to kind of get back with. You know what I mean? He fought Cornflake, and since then, and that was his first fight in years. So man, shit, make it. Shit, go to 68, man. Go get you some money.
Salute to my man BVO. My man says, I would love to see King Virgil get a fight. People keep ducking him. Oh, he's trying to troll today. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, BVO. Lead the trolling for your channel, BVO.
Yeah.
Lead the trolling for
Oh,
your channel.
yes.
All right, Mike. I don't know if you're content on staying at 54 because I know last time we talked, you was like at 47. If some fights opened up at 47, you would jump on that. If fights open at 54, you would jump on that. Sparring partner of yours. This is their fight week. Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about that one?
I just did an interview recently too about that one, but I just said there's a version of Devin Haney. I think it just depends on what Devin Haney shows up. There's a version of Devin Haney that Brian Norman can beat, and there's a version of Devin Haney that would probably give Brian Norman fits. You know what I mean? And when you talk about which one shows up, it's different because Devin's been through a lot of coaches. If you've seen on the Soldiers, he's back with Mickey Bay. I think he's better when he has a coach. We've seen Bill. I don't know if he's an X's and O's guy as far as as far as his coaching. What Bill has done well is put Devin in great positions to work with the best coaches and the biggest names and get big opportunities. If that's what you want to like. You manage your son's career or promote your son's career. You've done great. Leave it to leave it. Leave it to a boxing train. Leave it to a boxing train. Mickey Bay seen like Devin and Mickey Bay seen the vibe well. Leave the coaching to him. You know what I'm saying? So honestly I think his Devin having a different coaching is something noteworthy about this fight. Brian Norman, he's riding high off of what two big knockouts.
Yeah.
Confidence is through the roof. Now I say that so when we talk about the different versions, the Devin Haney that fought Ramirez, I don't think. I think Norman can beat that one. The Devin Haney that fought Regis, that Devin would give Brian Norman fits. So in that fight, I think like I said, we got to see which Devin shows up. I think it's all based on Devin. To be honest, that fight is all based on Devin and how he shows up. Brian is showing up to do. Brian is showing up. He trusts his coach. He know what he's here to do. He knows he's the underdog. He's not worried about it. Shout out to shout out to Brian though. That was funny when he said, "Man, stop biting Floyd's lines. You think you gonna bite Floyd's lines and nobody gonna catch you?" That was funny. That was funny.
Now, like you said, Brian's known for his power. I think his skills are underrated,
Yeah,
or coming off of 3, because he broke Santion down.
yeah. He gave him the breakdown.
Yeah, he sat Cuevas down and then put Jen Sasaki lights out.
Yeah, I mean, I say with the Santion fight, I think that's honestly a true testament, kind of his punching power. Santion, he can fight.
Mm.
He was coming off of beating Rocha and putting the mitts on Rocha. Um, the Derek Cuevas guy I had never really heard of. Jen Sasaki, they say, the story is after that fight, he lost 3 months of memory. And I mean, look, you do a knockout like that, you hear that, you take that, you run with it. But to me, the reality of it is, I think Jin Sasaki left a lot in the gym. You know what I mean? If you when you lose and talk about you got hit and you lost 3 months of memory, that wasn't just that fight with Brian. That was who you were probably getting ready with. Maybe some fights before that. Because from what I see from Sasaki, it didn't look like defense was high on his to do list anyway. Credit to Devin. I said Devin. Credit to Brian Norman. though. He still got the knockout. He did what he was supposed to do. But like I asked around a couple people like, yeah, I sparred Brian. Yeah, I think he hit hard as shit. Like he can fight. He's athletic. That wasn't the experience I had when I sparred Brian. I didn't feel like he hit me with anything I had never felt before. Like some of the hardest punches I actually got hit with, probably still like the hardest like one punch I kind of felt was probably still Ergashev. Caught me right in the liver. That shit, I'm like, God damn, I got 9 more rounds of this shit.
So, but would you describe Brian as a puncher? Because that's what everybody raves about. His power.
He's a power puncher. I don't know about maybe a knockout punch. Honestly, I think it's more, but I think it's more to do with he's athletic. He's real athletic. He got decent feet under him. He does a lot of things good. Those are good punches. But like I said, when I sparred him, I mean, we had 16-ounce gloves on and things like that. But that's not. I didn't feel nothing crazy from him. You know what I mean? He's a good boxer, though. Can't take nothing from him. But like the power punching he's showing wasn't my experience with him. That's all I can. That's all, most I can say about it.
Mike, if you had to lay money on the wood, who would you go with? Or do you need to see the weigh-in? For me, I'm not gonna have a pick until I see the weigh-in.
I mean, it's all. If I was to bet right now, right this second, I would probably off of ring experience, due to the ring experience and things like that, I would give it. I would probably, if I had to bet, I probably would take Devin. I wouldn't bet no hella money. No hella money on either one. I mean, like I said, it's still Devin has questions that need to be answered still. I mean, Brian Norman's the person that's gonna get those answers out. I mean, I'd say to whatever y'all think of his resume, I can say how Brian Norman fights. If you do have questions about his opponent might be in for a long night.